Metcalf still in fourth. Andrew Short now in third. He's lost 2 spots on that lap. Can he stem the bleeding right now? He's got to hold on. He's got to move forward. But Andrew Short started out great. Not so good now.
More racing to come here from Budds Creek. Can your current points leader Ryan Dungey hold on for the overall? Stay with us. Welcome back to Budds Creek, Maryland. Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. You're taking a look at the reigning champion, Chad Reed. And on this track last year, he just had an incredible ride on his way to the title.
I think last year was such a rewarding year, and one that I didn't just go, hey, there you go, haters, I won an outdoor title. It was a personal thing that I wanted to achieve because I hadn't achieved it at any professional level in my career. So.
Look at this battle for the lead in Moto 2. Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship from Budds Creek. Chad Reed gets alongside Ivan Tedesco and makes the pass.
You know, by mid-season, we were really catching our stride, and the rest is history. We were the champs 3 rounds from the end, and a lot of people said that I would never win an outdoor title, and I did, and I was really, really excited and pumped to do that.
It doesn't matter whether I'm retired or James ain't racing. The difference is we ain't out there, and it's our job to be out there. We're not, so he's going to win, and he deserves it.
Chad Reed is going to do it all today. He is going to win the race at Budds Creek and the 2009 Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship.
And I want to keep that one. I don't want to give it up to these kids, and I'm ready to fight all 12 rounds, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Well, that was a magical day for Chad Reed last year in Budds Creek. He took his first outdoor AMA Motocross Championship, and he was leading this championship, Jeff Emig, until that disastrous day at High Point we keep referring to. And now he's trying to turn it around, but right now he is in second place, and he's sort of losing touch with Ryan Dungey.
Yeah, his lap time's pretty good, but he's about 4/10 of a second off. These guys are really laying it down right now. And Reed's about 4 seconds behind, so he's going to need another little bit of that magic if he's going to get onto the top spot here.
Well, our early leader, of course, was Andrew Short. He won the first moto. He had the whole shot in this moto, but it seems like he is having some trouble because there's your new third-place rider, Brett Metcalf, and there's Shorty, and he's got company. That's Ben Townley up to 5th on the Lucas Oil Troy Lee Designs Honda. Shorty started out so well in both motos. He held it the first time, but now, Jeff, he's going the wrong direction as they come off Henry Lee.
He's got all kinds of pressure here from Ben Townley, who's just an incredible motocross rider. We look back to 2007, that championship that he battled and didn't win against Villapoto for the 250 champs. But he's shown us so much heart and talent here. And isn't it ironic that you've got the Geico Power Sports Honda team, Factory Red Bull Racing Honda team, and then the Troy Lee Honda team. 3 of these Honda teams that are just performing outstanding here in Maryland.
Well, the first moto win by Short was the first one of the year for the red brand in the 450 class. And right now you see them running 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Metcalf, Short, and Townley. Out front, we still have Dungey and Reed. It looks like the battle's starting to shape up. Townley, not known for good starts. He sure didn't get them today. But you know what? For Ben Townley, top 5 off the start, top 10 even. Pretty good.
Well, and you have starts like this and rides like this, you end up with that RC Hard Charger award, the next week after passing all those riders. And that first moto, he was climbing his way up there and then just had that big mistake, that mishap. But right now he's back on it, putting in some great laps right now. And Aaron Bates, what do you got for us on the 101?
Speaking of that mishap, a very random mechanical problem occurred for Ben Townley. His fuel pump went bad. They had to take the bike back to the pits. They replaced it with a brand new one. He was in 4th place when it occurred, but he had to ride tentatively through the remainder of the moto because he wasn't exactly sure what the bike was going to do. So he said he was frustrated, but he was also happy at the same time that he managed to salvage a 14th place, so you can consider this moto redemption.
Well, it'd be redemption, yeah, once he finishes it, but a 14th, and if the fuel pump's not working right, and the engine's cutting out or not acting right, you've seen how big that double was right there. There's a lot of risk involved, and so for him to even stay on the motorcycle and stay into it just showed so much heart and how much he cares about being in the top of this championship.
Well, remember, we talk a lot about Doug Henry at Budds Creek for what happened on Henry's leap. Well, there goes Townley. Short continuing to go backwards, although he comes back with a pass here on the inside. But I think Townley's going to check him up right here coming down the inside. We talk a lot about Doug Henry and what happened to him here, but don't forget there was another time when he was riding the bike and it cut out on one of those big doubles. He broke both wrists. So yeah, when your fuel is boiling or your fuel pump is out, you got to ride smart. You got to think about your career. And Ben Townley's had so many problems the last few years. I don't blame him for nursing it in.
Strong ride, though, here in Moto 2. Just got past your Moto 1 winner. Looking at Metcalf, who's setting in third.
Now, you think that these guys be really into just soccer this week with the World Cup, but I had the pleasure of hanging out with Brett Metcalf, and he wore a Lakers jersey all week long. It's specifically number 24. So when I saw him this morning, he was pretty happy with the Lakers having won the NBA championship.
All right, the racing continues here in Budds Creek. Stay with us. Dungy's your leader. Welcome back to Budds Creek. Taking a look here at Dan Reardon, the 122, and just in front of him is Mike Alessi, who at the moment sets 8th place. He has dropped from inside the top 3 where he started.
Well, we saw him in second of the first moto, and look at, he just almost stalled the 350 KTM there. Alessi, he's got Reardon coming up on him now hard. Mike Alessi, a great first moto, but this is kind of a pattern we've seen this year, some inconsistency for the guy who really prides himself on always being consistent, always being a good starter, always being in great shape. But like Andrew Short, he is going the wrong direction this time. You see the Moto Concepts Yamaha, and there goes Reardon, yet another one of the Australian riders out here riding. Alessi trying to hold him off, and look at that, the high line on the 450. He's got him back and forth, going to drop in. Reardon, nice inside-out move right there.
Yeah, that was an interesting move there. It seems like Mike Alessi here on this brand new 350. Let's get a soundbite here from Stefan Everts on the 350.
Well, the challenge, well, this is a brand new bike. We built it from scratch. It's a new frame. We got linkage, we got fuel injection. It's a brand new engine. It's totally built from scratch, and yeah, you know, our aim is to bring something new and to give a strong competition to the 450s, and we believe that this bike is strong enough to give the 450s a competition. And we've already seen it in Europe. We've done some wins with Antonio Carioli. He's been winning some GPs, and we have strong confidence that Mike can do the same here in the US.
And Davey, you know Stefan Everts pretty well. What can he bring? What does he bring to the KTM team?
Yeah, he brings, let's see, 101 Grand Prix wins, 10 World Championships, and just the knowledge of how to make things work. You know, speaking of making things work, check it out. Townley still moving forward now, up to 4th, and he's starting to close in on Brett Metcalf. You see Andrew Short. Maybe Andrew is regrouped back there. Andrew was a first moto winner, but he's now back to 5th. But, you know, Townley's a former world champion, just like Stefan Everts. Those guys know how to win. Mike Alessi and crew need to listen to Stefan Everts when he comes next year, and we're going to see a lot of them. I think you'll see KTM, once they get a year into that bike, it'll be able to contend with these 450 Hondas in every race and not just selected races.
And there's been a little friction there within the team and the Alessis on the development of this bike, but it seems like they've got all those issues worked out.
Well, I think it's a difference of opinion. Remember, in Europe, they don't have a lot of supercross, so it's easy to develop a bike with just one thing in mind. In America, we have motocross and supercross.